Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome to How to Connect to Goddess Vesta. Vesta is the eternal flame of Rome. Her literal flame was in her temple right at the heart, the center of Rome, and so also at the heart and the center of not just the empire, but the Romans believed the universe. That flame was tended by her Vestal Virgins, and it was believed that as long as that flame existed, that Rome would not just survive, but thrive. Today, Vesta is a guide and a guardian for helping you and supporting you in tending to your own flames, whether that be the flames of relationships, of projects, of careers, of your literal home, or also the flame of self. She can help you to maintain that flame, the flame being the passion, the love, the energy, the warmth there at the center. She's also going to help you in ways where you are suffering from burnout or perhaps just feeling stressed or melancholy. She's going to help you to find balance and harmony in the ways that we use the fires of action and creation. And so here are my top 3 tips for connecting to her. My first tip is to connect to the element of fire and her literal flame. So you will know that feeling of being by a bonfire or being by a hearth, and that time of reflection and peace, perhaps the warmth that you feel. We've all had that where you're staring at the flames and you feel drawn in, absorbed by Vesta's energy. Now, we can't always have a bonfire or even a hearth or a fireplace in the home. So a really practical way of bringing her into your space and time is to have a candle and to light that flame. I have one here now, so she is present here with us, and you can do the same. So that candle, which you may want to be white, gold, yellow, orange, those were her sacred colors. You may want to create ceremonial ritual with it. You may do this by lighting that candle at the beginning or the end of the day. This is reflecting the fact that the ancient Romans would either begin a ceremony by invoking Vesta, so any prayer, ceremony, or ritual, she would be invoked at the beginning, or she would be invoked at the very end when an offering was given to her flame. So you can choose which one works best for you. At the beginning of the day, maybe to ignite and wake up that fire within. At the end of the day, giving thanks and more of a gratitude for all of the ways that warmth and light has been present in your life. You may also want to light a candle to presence Vesta anytime that you want to, whether that be ritual ceremony, before a self-care practice, just if you're calling her in, just light the candle and say, "Hail Vesta, welcome Goddess Vesta, I welcome you into my heart, I honor you, I celebrate you through your sacred flame." Something like that, where you're just bringing her into your space and your time through the sacred flame. And you may want to extend that into a meditation like candle gazing. My second tip is to experience her sacred pause. So there was a household shrine at the center of every Roman household, especially if they could afford it. Some households, of course, wouldn't have had something big, maybe even just this candle, but they would have had something there which is right at the center, a place that would be passed throughout the day. And I want to invite you into creating a space for you. So this is especially if you're stressed, feeling burnt out, experience perhaps melancholy. Probably everybody's experiencing one of these because that's modern life. And so it's so important to have a place of pause with her. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a place that is designated. There is a pause, a stop spot. There. See if I could get that out. Well done me. And this place could be an altar that you've made with her. It could be your candle that you light at the beginning of the end of the day. It could be a bouquet of flowers or a plant pot. It could be a specific window. It could be a mirror, a place where you can just have and know is your place to pause, and you're going to pause whenever you go past it. Every single time you go past that place, that is kind of your thing that you're going to stick to. Okay, you may want to have on there an affirmation. You may want to have on there a picture that makes you smile, like so beautiful flowers, the candle of Vesta, something that you can touch that's tactile, that relaxes you, maybe an essential oil that relaxes you, like lavender or rose. Like I said, every time you go past that, you're going to stop. Even if you just stop for a second, take one deep breath, that's enough. But you can take 3 deep breaths, you can place your hands upon your body, you can close your eyes, but that is a place where you're going to stop. So if you're rushing around, especially if you're busy, this is the essential time to do it. When you're busy, is to stop. So you're going to place it somewhere like in your hallway or in your kitchen, and every time you go there, stop. You may want to even just say, "Hail Vesta, hi Vesta, thank you." As you go past, you may want to connect your inner flame as you go past. Take that deep breath, hand on heart. And it just brings you back into presence, a moment of calm, a moment of peace. Like I said, to balance out the fire of action, energy, and go, go, go. Bring in that harmony, the other side of the coin, so we can be present and find peace. My third tip is what I call domestic devotionals. So this is bringing our household tasks a little bit of presence themselves. So doing the washing up, folding the washing, doing the hoovering, we can sometimes resent them, can't we? Because they're things that we have to do. They're tasks we can't avoid. They have to be done. And because they have to be done, why let's not make them something that is actually a point of connection and a point of enjoyment, perhaps, but definitely a devotional. So maybe when you're doing your household tasks, you can approach it with a little bit of a different kind of viewpoint. So rather than, "Oh, I hate doing this, having to do this again, nobody else cleans the clothes or puts the clothes away," that action is actually your offering of devotion to your family, to the household, to the house. You are gifting your presence, you're gifting your task to them. It's an act of love, whether that's recognized or not, but you are offering that. Just as you would go to a temple and go and offer some money or some flowers or a sacrifice, you are offering that. It's an act of love. It's also an act of gratitude. You can as you're hoovering the house, thank you for the fact that I have a house. So many people don't have a house. They don't have the time to be able to hoover, and I know, I'm not meaning to be patronizing at all, but you can, find ways to bring joy and presence into these things, because we have to do them anyway. So why not do them in a way that is actually going to bring us some joy and some peace? Also, these tasks, it's important to bring the community, bring the family to them. And people are going to be more likely to come to them if they're fun and they're enjoyable, and that includes yourself, So when you're doing the washing up, for example, one person can be drying, one person can be washing. While you're doing that, you're talking, you're sharing your news of the day, you're checking in to see how they are. You may even want to, I love popping the bubbles. I just love looking at the beauty of the bubbles, the colours that are there, the shapes they're making. You can even do like washing up divination. What are the shapes of the bubbles making? Maybe you can chase your family with the bubbles. That kind of thing makes it fun. You're hoovering. Why not put on your favourite music? Open the window, maybe put some essential oils on to make it smell at the same time. Dance with the hoover. You know, baking can be creative, artistic, as can cooking. You know, share the tasks of the cooking, what you love most, you know, do that part of it. There are ways that we can make this a time for pleasure and fun for the whole family. And we can make these tasks that seemingly feel mundane, feel boring, and we might resent them. We can bring magic into them. And so Vesta is one that does bring magic into the domestic. She'll remind you of the privilege of having a home, the privilege of being able to care and tend for that home, the privilege of having a family that is safe and well, and then also help you to have fun, to have joy there. She may, if you ask her, will give you ideas, you know, fun things to do and how to approach it with more love and reverence and gratitude. Let me know how you get on with that, because it's been hard work for me, really having to show up with devotion, because I don't like doing it. I get bored. I can totally relate to that. But like I said, I love washing up now because I love that experience of being with the bubbles. So those are my top 3 tips for connecting to her. Any questions or comments or reflections, do pop them down in the comments down below this video. If you want to know more about Vesta, you can check out my book. So there's a whole section on her. She's mentioned a lot because, like I said, she is the eternal flame of Rome. She even has her own section. So go check that out. If you want to learn more about her, you can also check out my podcast that has a longer, more in-depth episode about her, and you can find that over my Wolf Woman Rising membership on Patreon. And there you'll also find a guided journey with Goddess Vesta, which is a meditation to support you in deepening your connection to her, receiving her healing and her wisdom. So I hope all of this has supported you, and I look forward to supporting you further. May Vesta cultivate and be with you at the heart, the flame right here at the center, and may it burn bright and may it burn well. Sending you lots of love.